Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, good evening, family. Welcome to another week in the shit show. And that's about all. We'll let the dust settle over there overseas, guys, and around Europe, actually, for the next day or two. But, yeah, actually, there is plenty happening over there. But let's just see how it all pans out. We got the deep state in full swing with elections and different things. But we got countries standing up, guys. We got prayer going out. A lot of good stuff happening. Now, we had the Katoomba crew come down to the Gong tonight for a council meeting. And I've had a little word from them, and I'll tell you what they said, people of Wollongong. We're in trouble. This town is in trouble. So unless you get to these council meetings, right, and start and fight back, all right, and have a voice, all right, and do what you got to do, all right, they've just told you from Katoomba, mate, we are in trouble. All right, we've got people in there pushing this, pushing that, energy, pushing the more cities, more 15-minute city stuff, high rises. Guys, all right. We got to move in. Guys, I can't do it all, man. All right. What's going to happen to me if I go there in there barking and ranting? All right, they'll lock me up. You won't even have a show. So, someone needs to step up in Wollongong. A lot of you need to step up, get there, because your town is getting ripped off you quick smart, guys, all right? And just to prove that point, guess what? You Aussies are paying one of the dearest prices in the world for your beer. There you go. What do Aussies love? A beer and a chat and a barbie. All right, your fags have gone through the roof. All right, $50 for a packet of fags. All right, your beers, one of the dearest in the world. Insane, guys, all right? And all you got Albo doing is sitting there bagging that James Patterson now that actually has a rip at him and does some good stuff for us. It's an absolute shit show. Let's go through a bit of stuff. We got a great guest in here tonight. It's going to be about the kids, guys. All right, so we got a special guest sitting in the studio, and we'll get into that in 2 seconds. Let's have a look at a couple of things going on. So the French minister apparently had some white powder or suspicious powder sent to him in a letter. And it supposedly tested positive for the plague, guys. There you go. Okay, I don't really know a lot about that one, but that's yeah, right. Tommy Robinson, as you would probably already know, Tommy's been arrested again under anti-terrorism laws this time. So Tommy's from England, guys, doing a lot of fighting, you know what I mean? And yeah, they got him again. As in Pat King, guys, they're actually trying to put Pat King back in jail. I was on a space about Pat King today, and Pat was on there, sent me a message and that. And yeah, they're trying to lock him up again too, guys. So all out assault it is. That's what they're coming at, all out assault. Now we've got a warning being issued, all right, to the pharmacies over an unethical fat jab promotion. Now, you know, like, what about a bioweapon promotion to stop them doing that, guys? All right, all this just confusion, guys, to make themselves look like they're doing the right thing. You know, pharmacies over unethical fat jab promotions, mate. Load of crap, guys. I don't know. Anyway, the rising number of Australians, right, that are sleeping rough is just incredible, guys. And then we go to some housing stuff I've got up here. I think it's 140,000 people actually we've got, all right, actually sleeping sleeping rough, all right. We've had hundreds of vehicles, electric vehicles, obviously recalled in Australia over safety issues, guys. I wouldn't put one. You can't even put them in your garage to charge them. Not if you want insurance anyway. You know, just a joke. You got PM again. Barnaby Joyce is throwing out lefts and rights, you know, using terms that Barnaby, you know, I once said this down there, guys, about something, remember, on stage, and they jumped at me. But yeah, Barnaby's done the same thing. He's got a bit emotional. He's spoken outside of their lines, and now they're crucifying him for it. So it's just the average shit show out there. Albo's not worried about anything, mate, except sorting out some stuff so he can, you know, get his next election promise or whatever it is he's going to break. And it's just all crap. You know, he's got this new thing. He's put on some idiot now as Home Affairs. You know, it's just getting, you know, it's just worse and worse, guys. These guys have got no right to be employing anyone. You know, these guys, I tell you, if Albo was out on the street, guys, all right, and I was running, you know, one of our companies that we've had or whatever, and he come to me for a job, I would call him the type of guy that would be unemployable. And that's all these politicians are. All right, they can't get a job anywhere else, guys, and this is why they suck up arseholes, all right, and bleed their way up through the little phony system, all right, to rip you off and take your money and do whatever they're doing. So, guys, it's really getting, you know, time to do it. But anyway, let's get our Cazza in and let's get our guest in and switch the focus to not about us, but about what we're fighting for, and that's the kids. Welcome, Craig Cole.
Thanks very much, Dave. Thanks very much, Dave and Caz, and thanks for having me on. It's a really important issue. Really important. The attack on our children, and it's not just a Victoria thing, it's a countrywide thing, is in a much dire situation than parents are wanting to believe or willing to believe or just believing in general. So one of my goals is to get myself on as many of these platforms as I can. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and also out in the community running presentations to inform people. And this is not an exaggeration. Every single presentation I run, at the end of it, people come up to me, the majority of people come up to me and get a chance to speak to me and say, Craig, I had no idea it was that bad. Because you're being lied to by activist teachers. There are a lot of activist teachers out there. Now, please be crystal clear on this. All right, I'm going to give you a bit of context because a lot of people have only known me over the last 4 years with the old bullfed speaking up against, you know, all the things we have been pushing back with for the last 4 years. But for the last 18 years, I've worked with youth in the community, running life skills programs and mentoring one-on-one with disengaged kids that are suffering mental health issues, kids that are victim of child sexual abuse, kids that have parents with drug and alcohol issues, autistic children, the whole full range and gamut of children.
So 18 years you've been doing that, Craig, in the community, have you?
18 years, Dave.
Wow.
15 of the...
Yeah, I didn't know that, mate, but that's a marvellous effort, mate. Congratulations, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So now I don't have any kids myself, because you get some rocket scientists saying that, oh, well, what do you care? You don't have kids. Mate, if as an adult, it is your obligation to protect children, regardless of whether they're yours, the neighbours, whoever.
Yeah.
Children can't protect themselves.
The Muslim kid up the street, the Chinese kid down on the corner, it does not friggin' matter, people.
No.
A kid is a kid is a kid.
A kid's a kid. And the beauty about kids, if you ever watch kids playing with themselves, playing with each other when they are kids, they don't care about race, they don't care about religion, they don't care about anything except having a good time with another kid. So, but their innocence is being robbed. Now, 15 of those 18 years, David and Cazz, I've worked in the education system, running programs in schools. I've worked in over 200 schools. Now, some people might say, oh, that's a bit of an exaggeration, Craig. Is it? Well, you do the math. I've worked in 10 to 20 schools every year. Also, community agencies as well too, over 15 years. So you do the math on that. It's well over 200. So when you get these know-it-all, and I'm going to let fly a little bit here, Dave, because I'm sick and tired of it. The conversations that I've had the last 12 months on this issue, these know-it-all smart-ass teachers. So yeah, these 18 years in the education, 15 years in the education system, and I guarantee that a lot of teachers that I know might have come across me speaking online. I guarantee I've upset their little apple cuts and they're not happy with me. I don't care, because conservative teachers, you are standing back and condoning and letting this sick agenda parade through unchecked, because you're too afraid to say something and speak up. And a lot of these smart-ass teachers will say, oh, no, that doesn't happen at my school. Really? Are you in every single classroom, are you? Are you in every single classroom? And also a lot of teachers that are part of the staff, they don't teach this stuff. What the schools do is get a third party to come in. Third parties like Headspace, Minus 18, Elephant Education, and other ones like that. And we all know about what happened in Renmark High School with a third party coming in, teaching this under the banner of diversity and inclusion and respectful relationships. It's a lie and a Trojan horse. So going back to the context, I'm equipped to be talking about this. Well equipped, because I don't care what comes back my way. I don't care.
So, Craig, if you've had all this experience, I'm a couple of questions that I think the audience would like to know, because we do have some good teachers out there, and I know some. So what percentage have you worked out or gauged some sort of percentage on, where we are with good teachers and teachers that are willing to sit and say nothing and let the others on this side over here actually bring in this bullshit of the deep state Luciferian agenda? So what are we looking at in our teachers? Are we in trouble? Or we're in big trouble,
Dave. We've been in trouble for a while. I'll give you some context. So when I first started in the education system and education support staff, they used to hand out 10-year contracts, no problem. It was easy. Then they went to 7 years and 5 years and 3 years. And what you had to do is you had to reapply for your own position, which they advertised, okay, under the interest of fairness to everyone. The reasons they give you are never the reasons of what it actually is. Please be crystal clear on this. And if you haven't figured that out by now over the last 4 years, you're never going to. They lie about everything and they deceive about everything. Deception is lying, same thing. Being disingenuous, it's lying, same thing. Same thing. They put spin on it, absolute spin. Now, if you as a teacher ticked all the boxes and, didn't ruffle feathers and push their agenda, you get your contract renewed, no problem. But if you kicked this, objected, didn't play ball with them, they'd look for some lame, benign excuse then not to renew your contract. And the conservative teachers have been gradually weeded out. They've left because of the cards that are stacked against them because of this woke agenda. First, it was climate change. They scared the living bejesus out of these kids with climate change, okay? And they're using the same tactics. Now, what happens is if these contracts aren't renewed, then the contracts go to these fresh-faced teachers, 25 plus out of uni, that are fully bought into this woke agenda because they've been indoctrinated at the woke universities with all this radicalized gender theory, and they think that's part of life and they think it's normal. They're trying to normalize a fringe issue. It's called the mere exposure effect, okay? The documentary called War on Children, which is on the Leave Our Kids Alone website, speaks about this. It's actually a really, really, really informative documentary that I would urge all parents and concerned people to download and have a look at and watch. It goes for a couple of hours. Costs $11. That money goes to the organisation freedomforever.us for $11 for the sake of 2 bloody coffees. Sit down and watch this video because it will give you a full gamut and full complete acknowledgement and understanding of how they've implemented this, the way they're going about implementing this. And I'll be blunt. There's a lot of activist teachers now in the school system, and a lot of activist,
well, we knew that's how they wanted to go. You know what I mean? Like they've picked everything off, Craig, and they've got in. I'm just hoping that we've got enough good teachers in there, because I do know a fair few good teachers. Were they frustrated with the system? Yeah. But the reason they're hanging in is because they got away with no jab. You know what I mean? They've got back in, and what they can see themselves as is a good force trying to stay in a bad system. You know what I mean? Hoping we can get some sort of deliverance to it.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Dave. And we do need these conservative teachers and these, I'll call them moral teachers. We do need these moral teachers to be part of the system, to feed information out. Now, if you're a teacher that has had enough and you're scared to speak up, because the education department in every state bully teachers. They are bullies and cowards, the education department, and they bully their teachers to no end. They bully their principals. They bully a number of conservative-minded moral principals out of existence because they won't, because they won't push their agenda.
Yeah.
So I'm urging, there's on the Leave Our Kids Alone website, leaveourkidsalone.org, kids with a Z, there's an email address, info@leaveourkidsalone.org. Please, I'm urging all parents, teachers and teaching staff to write in your accounts. Write in what you're experiencing. If you want to, redact your name or the school, no problems, okay? And we'll redact out of that whatever you want redacted, no problems at all. But we need to get them up on the site. There was a letter put up on the side of a email sent by Belinda, a really concerned parent, that her 13 and 14-year-old boy. I mean, this is the madness of it. I mean, there's so many things going through my head. I know we're jumping all over the place here, but just bear with me on this one. Because parents say, what can I do? What can I do? And you're going to get fob off answers. And then the next time you go back, you're going to get fobbed off. It's part of the process. Learn to understand it and be of the firm understanding and mindset that you are going to get fobbed off. You are going to get lied to. This is why you've got to keep going and keep going back to the well. Galvanise support with more parents. So what Belinda did, because her son speaks to her openly. So the boys were all part of diversity and inclusion, okay, and respectful relationships. The boys were taken separately and the girls were taken separately. And they were asked, 14-year-olds, mind you, 13 and 14-year-olds, the boys were asked questions that they wanted to ask sexually of the girls and vice versa. Some of the boys' questions were asked, how often do you masturbate? Does your penis float? What does it feel like to have an erection? And where is the male G-spot? The girls were asked, does size matter? What would a 13 or 14-year-old girl know, or being indoctrinated into thinking about? That is just, it is child abuse. At best, it's child abuse. Now, what Belinda did was went and spoke to a lot of parents. Now, she spoke to about 30 to 40 parents, and none of them had any idea because the kids aren't telling them, and the kids are sort of feel too awkward. So parents, please, it's about time you started having
Bring up
conversations
conversation.
with your kids
Yeah.
and ask them what they learned at school today. Okay, not in a threatening way, not in a confrontational way, because it kills switch off straight as soon as you do that. And that includes the tone of the voice that you use. So as in gentle terms as you can.
And it might take a couple of days to actually get it out of them, Craig. But what you got to do is, like Craig's just saying, be cool. Just keep up. And once you get the repetitive of each day coming home going, hey guys, how'd it go today? They'll drop their guard. And then they'll start to tell you what's happening because they build up. And look, parents, it's like that. I'm not saying you got a bad relationship with your kids. I know what kids are like, man. All right, I got kids. I've been a kid. I've got grandkids. Okay, we know this is all normal stuff. Okay, but the way the relationship is built is the way you'll get the most out of the relationship from the child. And it's our job, guys. All right, it is your job to look after your children. The village brings up the child, not the fucking dictators down the schoolyard. I'm afraid, excuse my French, but I think Cazz has had a few. Cazz has had a few difficulties there. She'll be back with us in a. We'll grab her in a minute.
No, you're right, mate. Great point, Dave. And it's sorry, just lost my train of thought. Then, what was the last point you made, mate? Sorry about the.
Just that it is our responsibility, you know what I mean, to be actually taking this stuff on and doing it, and the conversation with the kids, because you can't go straight in on day one and get the answers you want. It might take you a week to let them feel really comfortable about you starting to delve into their school, and then they will start to release stuff that you want to know, that you need to know.
So start with leading questions, okay? And now believe me, I've worked with enough 15-year-olds over the last 18 years to understand. Trying to get more than 3 words out of your teenage son or daughter after they leave school and they've got home, I get it. It's mission impossible sometimes. I completely get it. But here's a chance, out of adversity comes opportunity. So here's a chance to form an even closer relationship with your child, okay? Start asking them, hey, I've been hearing a lot of stuff and I had a look at this website and what's all this sexual stuff and this other LGBT stuff they're teaching you in school. Are you comfortable with this? Ask them, are you comfortable with this? Did they teach you anything at school that you're uncomfortable with? Because this is against both our wishes and we have the law on our side. And I'll get onto that in a minute. So you know how to talk to your child better than I do. When you're having these conversations as well, to try and sit next to them. Any psychologist will tell you you're going to get more out of a child or a young person when you sit next to them. So you haven't got that confronting they haven't got that confronting energy. They don't feel confronted. That's why you have the best open DMMs when you're in the car with people, mate, because you haven't got that. It's that side to side, and any psychologist will tell you that. So sit down next to them on the couch or next to them at the kitchen table and just talk. And then let them know your concerns and let them know that the teachers are lying to them and the teachers are treating them like fools, okay? No one likes to be treated like a fool, okay? So let's try and use that tact, okay? Because they are treating you like fools, and it's not something we're trying to make up for the sake of the exercise. They are treating you like fools. They are not being transparent. I had a report from a parent, and they're lying. Had a report from a parent that come to the presentation on Thursday night, and it was great to see a room full of people for the presentation. Really hunger to know what's going on, and they, a few of them left ready to burst through the wall. That's how pumped up they were and annoyed because they had no idea. But it is about, once again, having the opportunity to form those closer bonds with your kids, because as we know, all this technology and whatnot has caused a divide. We've never been so connected to people, but we've never been so disconnected, if that makes sense. Especially, you go anywhere. I'm going off to the side of it, but you go anywhere and just watch groups of people
everywhere.
They'll stand around and talk for 5 minutes, and then afterwards they can't help it, just start getting their phone out and scrolling through. So you've got a group of people standing around in a circle. No one's talking to each other. They're all just scrolling through their phones. It's actually sad to watch. The kids are the same. And so the first rule of thumb would be get rid of all that. You start having dinner. We all have dinner together. on the kitchen table, at home, in the living room, phones away, and we talk as a family. Okay, now that might be awkward to start off.
Yeah, it needs to be done, mate. It needs to be done because, everything's going down the gurgler like quick smart guys. And, you're not even seeing what's happening at your schools, all right? They're just bringing it underneath you. But, I just know that there is good teachers out there. I do know a few of them, and I'm just hoping that, they're hanging around for these people who can't do homeschooling. And if we can tip this thing over and win some things back. But, guys, you won't do that by the way Wollongong presented itself at council tonight, with Katoomba acting to come down here and back us up. Guys, you want change, you make change. You want to change the world, change yourself. And if you're going to change yourself to good things. Go to your council meetings, get to your school boards, go and ask what's going on. Simple.
That's a great point, Dave. I am stressing to all parents to galvanise other parents that you've had conversations and start attending your school council meetings. Put your finger in their chest and say, you're not accepting this anymore. Okay. Now here's the thing. Okay. Because these woke, these woke imbeciles, as an adult, you are free to make whatever lifestyle choices you like, so long as you're not impinging on other people's rights or hurting yourself. It's pretty simple. Okay. So, but leave kids out of it. Now, you are entitled. As an adult, you are the first educator of your child. You are entitled to, if you feel the need, especially these woke virtue signalers, if they feel the need to teach their child this inappropriate sexual content or this radicalized gender theory, as misguided as their ways are, if they feel the need to do that, you do it in your own time. What gives you the entitlement and belief to think that you can then pass your own ideologies onto someone else's kids? You don't. Piss off. Okay, and I'm sorry to get annoyed, but that's about a 3. You want to see me at a 10 on this? Because I'm just that is the level. Who the hell do these people think they are?
Yeah, look,
thinking they have a God-given right. No, most of these people wouldn't believe in God anyway. They're soulless.
And we got this from the top to the bottom, Craig. This is how our parliament runs. This is how everything runs, mate. And you wonder why we got a problem in our schools. Because the whole thing runs on Luciferian agendas. Look at the Olympic opening.
Mate,
we don't even go there. Well, we've got to get into some news in a minute. So give us a wrap up, and then I'll just see if Cazz has finished, and then we got to do a few clips. So let's go.
Yeah, mate. Look, just you have the international. I'm just going to read this to you, mate. The international. What you have on your side is the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Just to finish up with, and I'm advising this information will be up on the website tomorrow. Okay, but the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Article 18, Section 4 states, the states parties to the present covenant undertake to have the respect for the liberty of parents and, when applicable, legal guardians to ensure the religious and moral education of their children in conformity with their own convictions. Now, that's pretty black and white, okay? Now, the ICC, now people may say, well, how does that relate to rules here? Well, the ICCPR has been codified and scheduled into the Human Rights Commission Act 1986. So that means if you're in breach of the ICCPR, you are in breach of federal legislation. When teachers continue to teach this stuff against parents' wishes, they are in breach. So I am suggesting that parents' rights to your school principal, write to your teachers, reminding them that they are in breach of an international guideline, which is codified into a federal act, and they are in breach of a federal act and subject to prosecution under the
and they can get that off the website, which we're going to put a link up on our website to your website. So, you got to go there, guys, get the link and get the stuff.
Yeah. But it is dire. I wish. Thanks for the opportunity to let me speak on this, Dave. I really.
No, that's fine, mate.
I could speak for hours, but just have a look at the website, guys. Please share that around. There's also a flyer on the website that you can download and distribute yourself. Take them to school drop-offs. okay, and give them to parents and and ask them to have a look at the
Get
website.
activated. Yeah, get activated. It's your children, your future, your life, all right? And they're ruining it, guys. They are coming at you really, really hard.
It's child abuse.
All right.
So are you going to stand up and protect your child or not?
Yep, exactly right, Craig. So every Australian out there, time to stand, guys. Time to get to your schools, take it back, all right? Because they're taking your child's innocence. They're taking everything off you. So again, Craig, thanks very much, mate. We'll get you back on real soon. And yeah, what I'd like to say to you is, isn't it great, you know, to be freed up, mate, and you know, be able to do stuff that you want to do instead of being dictated to and held under a rulership. You know what I mean? It's great to see a lot of people really going well. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's great to you're 100% spot on, free of the anal paranoia, and I am achieving so much more for the greater cause and humanity this way than what I was before, mate. I fucking promise you.
Well done, bro.
Thank you.
Done, Craig. Great to have you on, mate. We'll talk to you very soon.
Very much.
Thanks, mate. Bye. All right, we'll see if we got Cazz back getting some clips and that. Yeah, you have?
Yeah, sorry about that. Look, we do. I'm just going to fly through them. Let's have a look at Rocco.
Bloody
Rocco
and talk.
Yeah, no, that's good.
No, that was really good. That was very informative, I think, and yeah, well worth the conversation. It's all about the kids. Okay.
That's right. All right, so we've got Rocco here, and they served. Well, let's just have a look at it.
Today, to serve services in New South Wales, where the RMS comes under, they are committing the most horrendous crimes under our Constitution, particularly violating the Monopolies Act. I've got cease and desist notices here. My friends have got other forms of cease and desist, and we're here to serve them in a peaceful way and non-belligerent, and for them to be put on notice that they must shut shop because the fraud is not tolerable by the millions of my fellow Australians. As far as refunding charges, they are going to be coughing up a colossal amount, running into...
We'll just leave it there. All of the videos are available in full length on the website. Sorry, guys, we're just running out of time here. All right, we also had Forest of the Fallen. This is a Cronulla. And we've got E. Karen.
That I would love would be to have an account removal power for this whole idea of repeat offenders.
Repeat offenders, Dave, that would be you and me, I would imagine.
That's me. Yeah, that's me. I'm a repeat offender. Repeat offender is spitting the truth out. They hate it.
All right, now we just have to while we're almost at 35. What I'll do is I'll bring in Beck's announcements so that the full audience can actually get the benefit of that.
If you are near one of these locations, we encourage you to get down there and show your support. First up, we've got Mondays at Maggie's in Sydney at the Governor's House every Monday from 11 a.m. Macquarie Street, Sydney, New South Wales. Following on from last week, Monica Smith is still in court. I think from Monday through to Friday, every day. You can watch on Zoom or attend in person in Melbourne. All details are at www.monicaversvicpol.com. On Wednesday, 31st of July at 8 p.m, on Beyond the Deceptions, I'll be doing an interview with Pastor Paul Burton to discuss the upcoming court dates. On Wednesday, July 31st, in Glenrowan, the restoration of the Commonwealth. Bring back our rights, sack our privileges. Former Senators Rod Culledon and Len Harris at Lions Park at 11 a.m. On Saturday, the 3rd of August, at 10 a.m. to 12 noon, a forest has fallen outside the Northern Beaches Hospital. Yes. The reason for the choice of location is that this hospital still mandates COVID injections. If you want to work there, you have to have taken 3 plus the latest flu shot plus any other childhood vax that you are not immune from. Monday,
go get them, Rosie.
7 p.m. sharp at My Place, Rowville in Victoria. Community presentation, once again, from Leave Our Kids Alone with Craig Cole. Women Will Speak rally, Saturday, 17th of August, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m, Steps of Parliament, Spring Street, Melbourne. Due to the extreme left often counter-protest in these events, I would highly recommend children not attend just to keep them safe. And last but not least, we have some important upcoming court dates for August the 19th at the Newcastle District Court for Pastor Paul, and August 26th at the Brisbane District Court for Patrick O'Day. Odea. Get down to those if you can. There's another one in October 14th as well, but that's still a while away. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Beck. All right, we need Rosie to be the mayor of the northern the northern beaches in Sydney, I think. We need to push for this, Rosie. All right, you are an absolute legend. You are an inspiration to the northern suburbs, and you should be their mayor. Yes. There you go.
Yeah, Renegade Rosie. We just love her. I've missed her clip, but I'll
Mate, if we had 1,000 Rosies, Caz, if we had 5 Rosies in each town around this country, this would be all over. Red Rover.
That's right.
She's phenomenal.
All right,
let's keep going. It doesn't matter. We'll go over a little bit.
All right.
That was a good chat.
This is
you have is that little piece of paper, and it goes in a magazine called The Voting Box, and it's coming up. Get ready to load that magazine. Go, goodbye, Chris.
So that's the controversial words that he used. Okay,
Yeah.
did you want to talk about
You
it?
can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, I think that like controversy. Okay, this is a distraction. I would never be surprised if him and Albo actually basically teed it up.
Yeah.
So
look,
you
it's
know,
distracting, guys. Yeah, they love it.
Yeah,
they love it. They thrive on it, and they watch all these sheep getting involved in it, and missing the point that we just spent 25 minutes talking about, which is your kids and your life.
Yeah. All right. Now, of course, we've got this situation happening.
Hi. You've been described privately by industry leaders as uninformed, uninspired and unavailable.
During the last election, Labor had a policy of phasing out live sheep exports. Will you do that? Are you committing to that?
Well, we're going to be making an announcement about a broader animal welfare policy later on in the campaign.
Just a quick question following up from the ag visa. No commitment from Labor to keeping or scrapping it today?
In terms of the agriculture visa, Labor will be putting out policies further into the campaign.
You've said now that you won't reveal whether Labor will support or carry on with an ag visa, but this visa was announced almost a year ago. Why is it taking so long for Labor to come up with a position on it?
The main priorities that I'm hearing from farmers, their biggest concern is around climate change.
Collins, Krishani was...
Oh, for goodness sakes, I wish they'd just shut up. No, actually, how about we have a visa for you guys? Okay?
Yeah.
I'm done with you all. They're appalling. Australians have the worst politicians, I think, in the world. Apart from maybe, well, actually, let's have a look at what's gone on in Venezuela.
Well, he's put some Tony Burke into Homeland. It's insane. Yeah, go on.
All right, this situation is very interesting. So what's actually happened here is this is the people, and they're outside of the polling booth, and they refuse to leave until all of the votes were counted. So people power again and again and again over the last 24 hours has won. So now it's still up in the air because both sides have claimed victory. But what happened in the meantime was somebody in the polling booth took a photo, took a selfie, and in the background, he's actually got all the vote counts, and it shows that Maduro was very, very lagging. So Venezuela has overturned their socialist government by the look of it. The people got there, they protested, they waited until the votes come through. Then the international community started responding, so congratulating Gonzalez on his victory. Okay, so people power again and again. Here's another example of people power with the Paris Olympics. The people
and our job, guys, is to share that out. Share it out everywhere on your pages. All right, get it out there. That's how we're letting the world know.
Okay, now the French people, I've seen multiples of these, were disgusted with the French the opening of the Olympics.
Comment tu veux qu'à l'étranger dise pas qu'en France on est complètement barjota?
Unbelievable.
Okay, so the next day, what happened? What do we have? The French worshipping Jesus Christ in Paris. So, yeah, that's how you do it. Now, also, what we had is Tommy Robinson. Yeah, well, Tommy Robinson organised a peaceful protest, and he was arrested and charged under the terrorism laws. And so the people, and basically they went to the jail. We want Tommy out! 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 went there.
That's what we need, guys.
That's right. Now, also what's actually happened is the Iran has weighed into it. So Iran says France should be ashamed of itself for opening the ceremonies. The insulting representation of Jesus Christ in Paris yesterday was completely offensive and crossed all of the red lines. Not only that, the Tate brothers, they have decided they weighed into it and they went and protested in Romania outside of the French embassy.
Do my job, but also some things are more important than just doing a job. God is the most important thing in the world. He's the true judge. And to sit here and let France mock the country, mock your religion, make fun of every single thing you feel holy. This is the Last Supper. This is everything holy about Christianity. And we say absolutely nothing about it and say, oh, you cannot even complain. What are we doing wrong by saying that this is disgusting? This is not art.
What's very important to remember is that the European Union gave 100 million euros for France to do this Olympics. So they took your tax money,
They took your money to do
tax
this.
money, and they're making fun of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
It's our money, you know. As Romanian taxpayers, they're using our money to do this.
There's no need. The worst thing is this has nothing to do with sports, friend.
All right, so
Exactly.
that's actually a very good. He actually just basically says it's as part of their satanic agenda. Now, also, Vigna, Archbishop Carlo Vignano, he has actually just basically made a statement, and he's called Macron's wife a transvestite and called out Michelle Obama as a muscular man in a wig. So, and while he's condemning the Olympics, however, we've still heard, we've heard little all about from the Pope.
Wait till people work all this stuff out, eh? Wait till the normies work. I shouldn't call them normies. Sorry. Wait till all the new viewers work this stuff out. All
right, that's a quick roundup. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties, and we really needed to have Craig on for an extended length of time because what his message is important. So, yes, and we do have other news, but we'll just leave it there. And Dave, you basically wrap up, and I'll bring in the outro.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd just like to say to any new viewers out there, welcome. Sorry for calling you normies. I'll apologise for that, but that's just some language we've had for a lot of years, guys, and it's hard to get rid of. But do you really think that Paris is going as great as what you see on the and I've been watching a bit of the Olympics, guys. I've been keeping up with it, okay, trying to watch all the Australian stuff, you know, and we've got pedophiles at at the Olympics. They're actually in the Olympics. We got one Australian. We've got another one from over in Europe. Okay, in France, actually, I think. And these people have been convicted. Okay, and here they are representing in the Olympics. We've got an opening ceremony like we saw, guys, last Friday night, which was just absolutely disgusting. All right? What?
Have we lost internet?
No.
Okay.
And anyway, back to the Olympics. Yeah, so guys, what you're seeing here is just a total put down. We're the young kids sitting up next to that blue Smurf. You've obviously seen all the clips starting to come out now. I have got a bundle of them, and we will get them on this week, but we'll just let the dust settle a bit. But they're now backing off. The guy who got paid a shitload of money to actually do this has now come in and started backpedaling and apologising, and he didn't mean to do this, he didn't mean to do that. Come on, all by design, guys. So anyone who's not kicking up a stink or is not out there talking down the actual opening of the Olympics, go back to 2012, guys. 2012 Olympics is when they brought in the coronavirus. All right. And now here we are at these Olympics. We got dancers up there on stage doing the myocarditis shuffle and falling on the ground dead. They're mocking the shit out of us. And everyone's just sitting back. Yeah, it's okay. No, it's not okay. How much more of this we got to put up with before people realise that it's not okay? Anyway, and I'm not talking about you viewers on the screen. Sorry, I apologise, all right? But, yeah, I'm frustrated too, guys. This shit is in your face, mate. Everywhere. And what they done to the Olympics was just bullshit. And I don't know how every Christian's not standing up and doing exactly what they're doing overseas, which is getting together. All right, and I missed it today. But, yeah, 2 o'clock every day, guys. All right, around 2 o'clock, a prayer meeting on Twitter. All right, one of the Aussies will light it up. All right, I've been busy and I haven't got there. But, yeah, guys, I'm telling you, you want to get your stuff together, okay? Because some big, hard times are coming. Right, this is going to get worse, guys. I've been telling you. All right, and it is. It's going to get worse. All right, they have entrenched what they want to implement, all right, and they are going to implement it, right, wrong, or indifferent. Our job is to fight up, stand up for the kids, right, and put on a show, guys. So, yeah, we'll talk to you this week. Who's going to put on a show this week? It certainly wasn't on at Wollongong Council tonight. Thank you, Gerard, and everyone that come down from Katoomba. You guys are absolute legends. Wollongong, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'll finish on that in the nicest possible way.
Good night. All right, we're being taken out by Sim Kardashian.
Evil's on the rise. We're trying to survive. But when the target is the children, we gotta sow the seed, we must unite. They keep it on the low and act like we don't know. Protecting all the pedophiles, MFP rights, they gotta go. Censoring your voice with the criminal. Change your DNA with injections and more. Poison all the seeds with their GMOs. The media is a virus and the government has it under control. They punish you with the process. Divided we are weakest. Together we are strong. Giving power to the people. The people have the power to own. We need a revolution, cause we're fighting for our lives. We need to come together. It's for the children of the future, and the people must unite. Revolution, the beat to set us free. Thank you. Helping one another. In harmony, the lives of the same humanity. They exercise control over your soul. Try to make you stay at home. They stood up to be fine when we said you must comply, you felt alone. Way down the rabbit hole, knowing all that you know. While everybody falls in line, you still think so you can find it go. The world will never be the same. They're trying to trick your brain. CDC is currency in 15 minutes. Cities oh no. And social credit scores. Men in women's clothes. Corruption of the highest kind is nothing sacred anymore. We need a revolution. We're fighting for our lives. Need to come together. It's for the children of the future, and the people must unite. Revolutions, the bid to set us free. Helping one another. In harmony and love, so we can save humanity. Revolutions, we're fighting for our lives. Thank you.